Hey, what's going on, guys? Galver here, and today, don't get just mad about the messed up base. This is for testing purposes. I'd like to have a more detailed talking about the new bot Orion packs or D-16 or Prime Team or Megs Team. I have one satisfactory news, I guess. One good news. The bot's working. The bot's not glitched or broken. I actually got a 2 star because we get from the event 1k at 500 sparks, and if you waste 10% of these, you get the 2 star, 150. So I think that just to have it in the collection as soon as possible, and like to be honest, to get stuck with this percentage for a long while, uh, just to check a thing. I think I did the same thing for Antagony. To be honest, I'm not sure, man. Did they give us the 2 star on the events? I don't remember. Please comment down below. So these are the only two that I'm. They're still at premium stats, so they're going to stick there for a while. Without even the Corpro one. But this one's really good, I guess. This one's like much better, much more improved than the other one. So just for giving a reference purposes, I have upgraded the Armada Megs. Is very good. Is very strong. And my Armada Megs is at what's the name of this? Sergeant. And for the 3 star level 40, the DPS of it is 181. For D-16, where's the guy? Where's the guy? I always mess up. Without any ranking upgrade, without anything upgraded, no combat increase in DPS, it already makes us get 196. So close to 10% higher than the Armada Max with 10% increasing. So in DPS wise, that's like wild, to be honest. For this high damage, special non melee bots, I like to go with aimless to improve the DPS and like destroy multiple targets, like make the most damage in multiple targets to like try to like speed up in some like places of the map. So I think that's a good idea, but I likely going to have to upgrade Fracas 3 star, I think, to give it to another bot. I'm not sure which one it is, but yeah. I don't know if I'm going to. I mean, I'm not sure if I'm going to take out the 4 star. Maybe I'm just thinking about. But I think Fracas is like good in this bot. He has the behave. It looks like he has like crate maker on it. Because his shot's a fire energy ball, like from up down. Like he makes the same movement as if he had like crate maker fire line attached to it. So he's really good. His behave is really good. So for testing purposes, I would like to show you guys. Don't bother too much about the team. Bother more about the numbers that are going to appear on the screen. So I tested it up, and I would like to understand a little bit more how the mechanics of this bot works. So just for the tooltip, you fire a gun, you fire a weapon, it splits in two, and it heals in an area for six seconds. Yeah, the numbers are really 6.5 seconds for 40% of the defense's DPS. So, if I shoot in the middle of the auto cannon and target the laser turret, what I expect is that I'm going to have 40% of it healing, so close to something like 200 and something healing to me, right? So let's check it out. The only thing that I need to do is go this, target these, target the other two. So as you can see, is 263 a couple times. Just I don't know if you could have saw it clear. I would do it again, to be honest, because I see like only once the consistent number. Have I clicked hard mode? I'm not sure. No. I don't think so. I think I have clicked it before because I think that I had the 5 something damage in my head. So you go. Target these, and the healing will go 117, 334, 234. 117 again, 263. So it's like close to the number I actually like wanted. So I made a calculation for it was healing like in the same second was dropping 117, 234. So just to explain, this has 45 damage per second. So the idea was that it's 170 times 2, which was 234, plus 20% to give like 50. So if you double it, it's going to be the actual DPS of the thing, which is 560. I was giving the number, and I was thinking that the 5 stick is the number of the DPS perfectly, and I was really happy about it. But it's the damage actually with the DPS when I upgrade it to the level 50. So it was like, oh, don't match it perfectly. So like this 117234 just 6 something is like a number in between because it's not perfectly aligned with 1 second triggering. So like at least as what I've tested, the bot's working. That's fantastic. Like it's not glitched, broken or anything. So that's a good start. You know what I mean? So also, I wanted to mention the details of the bot. Where is it again? They always disappear. So, for the 4-star, the weapons is split in 3. The 3-star, the weapons is split in 2, and the 2-star, the weapon splits in 1. Actually, say weapons splits in 1 more weapons. It's like weird. But what matters to us is this boy here. Because of the actually impressive DPS, I think that on DPS while it's going to be useful, and because DPS is high, Fracas is useful again because it's healing over the DPS. So if the DPS is high, you increase it, and as you increase it, you heal more. So I think yeah. Again, guys, this is a naked, just a comparison for like have some time, some kind of like parameter. This is a naked one. This is a non-upgraded ranking wise. This is no upgraded one, and has higher DPS than Armada Megs at Sergeant. I think that pretty much says a lot. That pretty much says a lot. That like shows that this bot has potential, and the thing is working. So, just see the entire cluster here is getting upgraded. Let me fix the map for a second. Yeah. So the entire cluster is getting fixed here. So what I made here with like 4 defenses aligned perfectly is to force the trigger where I want it to go. So like I want it to go on the laser turrets, and like it's the same thing that I have mentioned before. The first target is irrelevant. You can target the alloy. It's the bouncing target that matters. Like if you target the alloy, but the bounce goes to these and these, they're going to heal in relation of these 2 targets here, not the first one. Which for consistency, to be honest, is not the best thing, because if you could like target like this one, and you create the wave central point, to wave around this one and this one, for example, would be like more accurate to what you want. Because like, for example, if wait a second, if I target this one here, it's going to be here, 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 or here. That's this is the 3 points for the 4-star, for example. You have no sure of where the point of reference is going to be. So that like to me is kind of bad. Like I wanted to be more precise of what I want, of what I'm going to do during the match. So I'm like, I'm not 100% safe that this specific setup is going to work like this. But like, I remember when people complained about that I really like, which is full tilt, because the bounce was like very, very, very messed up. The range on it was ridiculous. So like you couldn't actually like preview where the bounce is going to go. Where the bounce is going, I guess. Going to go is like bad English to me. But people were complaining that he needed to be fixed somehow, and they fixed it by reducing the range on it. So the bouncing EMP bomb is more predictable. It's not more controllable, but it's more predictable, and that's what like people get like happy about, and it gets like working for people. So I'm not sure if that's the case. Looks like he's more in the midterm between what Full Tilt was and what it is right now. I actually loved Full Tilt back in the day when the bounce was like more random. I think that I just, through a lot of observation, I think that I understood the behavior of the bot and the behavior of the bounce, and I actually could control more. I was like, I don't think it's luck. I think it's actually like intense observation, like understanding the mechanics of the game. And I really get like good shots with full tilt back in the day. That's one of the things that I wanted to do in the channel. To start the channel, I almost started back in the day, before the patch fixing it. Fixing. It was like how to play with full tilt, how to like understand full tilt mechanics, but I wasn't 100% sure of how it was going to work, because sometimes it fails, and like I'm the T2 Max player, so like no, there makes no sense. I start a channel talking about a bot that's not my bot, you know what I mean? So like I changed the path on it, so it's like a little bit like better like this. And I was like really hyped for a lot of stuff. Then the S11, the S11 dropped, and I was like, yay, that's good stuff. And then the channel started, and a little time after they have patched the full tilt, so like not even could like make a video on full tilt before the patch, before the fixing happened, but no problem. So what happens to me is that again, I don't have the standards for the 5-star version of it. It's likely something close to scrap now, like with extra seconds that being added to it, I guess. And with the 5-star, we saw that the 5-star has like 4 weapons splitting to it through the first one, so it covers a big area. I think that the 4-star covers an area decent enough. You know what I mean? Normally goes into triangle form, to left, one left down, one left right, one left, one right down, and one left down, and one middle up, or the other way around. One right up, and one left up, and one middle down. So it always creates like this triangle shape in the healing waves. And to be honest, the G1 core is also really good. He increases the healing amount into extra 70%, if I remember correctly, 70 or 50. And after you use DSA, you become invisible for a couple of seconds, so that's really good. I just think that this bot has potential, but is still a lot depending of the matchup that you're playing, and like it's a little bit paradoxical because the more you use on high DPS stuff, like the more you use him on high DPS defenses, the more to heal your team, the more in danger your team is. So like that's like kind of a problem to me. Like is like Nexus. I don't want to have a ridiculous advantage when I am almost dying, which means that I'm not going to have I'm not going to take a lot advantage to myself of this perk, you know what I mean? Like it's not a coincidence that said that's the only prime core that's not attached to any bot. So I just don't like these purposes. The idea is like I can have an advantage while I'm going when I'm almost dying, some trigger effect, but it must be game winning advantage, and this is not game winning advantage to me. But the healing is so big with such a big area, and with this such big area, uh, the bots also get healed by multiple stuff, multiple points of healing, waves of healing. That I think it's really good. Like we have a lot of we have a lot of decent healers in the game. I like a lot the Junk Heap one. He has a lot of healing involved in his at his disposal. Flatline, the passive's not that bad as well, to be honest. Let me check a thing here. 1 to 6. That's weird. Without any equips, without shirt, the healing is half of the naked flatline, both with the same standards. But we have some decent healers here, but like flatline just overclasses everything by such a huge amount that like is that thing like why should I try another thing? Because flatline, it just exists and it just stands alone. And if you think about it, it's not even that necessary to like be mad about some setups, but like if you go flatline with cutthroat or even run amok in the beginning of the match, your entire team is very unlikely going to die. Like you're going to basically save the entire team because it's like 40% or 60% depending on the bot of damage absorption. Shield triggers for time to time to give your entire team the shield. You have the healing of the shock tower, the healing tower, and the passives from flatline. So it's like going to save a big amount of the team itself. You know what I mean? And like trying to emulate the healing tower from flatline through alternative ways for you to have a secondary thing to kind of emulate the healing tower is nice, but the healing tower from flatline is so perfect that's really hard to something to be compared with. You know, you know what I mean? It's like a problem when you have such a much better healer that everything else, as more as you try and other stuff, just comproves that this is the best one. You know what I mean? If you think about it, the triple changers. The triple changers are like a lot. If they're maxed out power cores, and remember, we don't have an SA11 on that, and we don't have a power core specific on flatline, and that's like the most ridiculous thing to me, to be honest. Like that's like shocking that we still don't have something like this on these bots. Like crazy. But like for Astro Train, for example, he's good because he makes a lot of healing in a very like short in a very short period of time, just 5 seconds, and he gives 3.5K healing. That's really good. We have Octane as well, which you can trigger the supply drop and then trigger the healing aspect again with the Toxic Rush. So you get the combo going, but they have a limit of gap. Like they give a decent amount of healing, but this one so much better. It's so much better, and like it takes longer. And like, for example, sometimes one of your bots or two of your bots are getting damaged. So you activate the tower. So you're like, oh, I'm just activating the healing tower for just two bots, but then like it stays there for 15 seconds. So like eventually something's going to hurt. Is going to damage the other bots that you have. So you're going to have so the healing tower is going to be useful for other bots as well, and it's weird, but like it's something that's relevant, I guess. Is that with the Titan tech tree you have these random effect, which is where's the thing? You have damage reflection on regular resource buildings like energon and alloy stuff. So sometimes they're getting this. Sometimes it actually is fun, to be honest, because you're in the middle of the map with a lot of. That's why like time traps still like a thing. When you have a lot of walls with a lot of like energon and alloy stuff. With a couple of defenses on the back, the reflection damage is kind of high because it's 20%. It's more than the standards for the power cores with 70.5. So like you cut like basically 10, 20, 50% of your opponent's HP of your bots of your enemy bots HP in the beginning. And then you create your second, third, and fourth line of defense. You don't have much walls, but you have clean a lot. You have cleaned a lot of their HP. That's like easier for your base to capitalize on the damage done before. So that's just like the thought process, I guess, that people have with these things. So I think it's really good on this aspect, to be honest. And like. You can heal your enemies because they're getting these reflect damage with the shock towers, with everything. Also, not just against superior defense stuff, you know. But back with the D-16, if you get I like a lot some bots like Coolagoon, like some offensive bots. T2 Megs are very offensive bot. Sometimes I think that this is the best quality of this bot. That he helps bots that have detached from the team in a lot somewhere in the match, and he don't put himself in danger. So like Astro Train, he helps a guy that have been to the other side of the map, and he heals him a little bit. But he put Astro Train in danger. You have Octone that you have to rush until you have to be like close enough to like rush one or two times to then activate the supply drop to then heal the guy that's like far away from the map. This guy has a decent range. That like the waves, the target that you're going to get is not the closest thing to the target to the bot that's like far away from the team, but the healing wave is getting closer to the bot. So you add this versatility to this bot, and I have played with the 3-star during the weekend, and a little bit with the 4-star. Very little, to be honest. I think that I upgraded it. Yeah, upgraded 2 lines of him. At 2 times him. So I think honestly this guy has potential, and it's almost time for me to play with the guy again. Just because I just unlocked the 2-star. So I think that this is pretty much it, guys. I wanted to talk about a little bit more of my impressions of this bot. Uh, but again, I think that just for the final thing, to be honest, I'm a very conservative person with the 5-star shards. I don't analyze bots themselves, but I analyze batches. So I'm like, I really need a batch that's solid enough for me to go and say, this batch is really good, and the entire batch makes me happy. So like this one, for example, the entire batch makes me happy. But then I was like, oh, these other two bots I already have a decent level, so leave for the 4-star for the moment. They just do the job for me. When I honestly say, when I honestly think that the 4-stars are not enough, I'm going for this 5. Uh, the other batches I have like entirely take off because were at least 2 or 3 bots on each batch that was like, oh, I need this bot a lot. I think this bot's really good in a lot. And like utility bots and everything. But I think that this represents a lot, that this batch has only one bot that's really worth it. And the impact that this bot alone has in the game is so big that you actually get to use like Trust, SG Thundercracker, Trigger Happy, that were bots that I not even ever used. Like for example, these standards on my account. I think that you kind of get it, but like the true stars of every single thing are at no, yeah, the true stars of like the bots they don't use too much are 31.4, and the bots that I use kind of minimally is 44 with the essays. The bots that I think that are good but not that amazing are 51.7, because they have minimum level of like they have a minimum level of like being decent, but like I'm not going to use them at wars or something. But the bots that are like a little bit better, I think that are war worthy there. 60 and 8 at least, 60 and 9, some of these. And like, if you think about it, most of these bots, Scylla, Rodimus, Run, no, this is where the bots that I wanted to talk. For example, Trust, I upgraded a little bit. The 4-star version Trust is not even 40. Is not even 51.7. Dinobot is, but it's actually the one that I'm not going to get. The next one's going to be Flatline. Just believe me. But also, for example, Trigger Happy, which was one of the. It was actually good, but I actually like heard that like, no, you kind of need to have the 5-star to be using it as a cluster crusher. So like, okay, so I not even upgrade like minimally the 4-star. So this is like minimum level that I upgrade every single bot. Like the 4-star is 41.5, like minimum all the 4-stars. So like these bots are not even more upgraded than the minimum on my account for the 4-stars, and I still believe that it's worth to go to hunt Flatline, just because it's so powerful of a bot. It's so powerful of a. It's the best. It's the best bot in the game. It's the most impactful bot in the game, I guess. Like, for example, no kidding, man. Like, if you think about it, for the moment, if you have a setup like this, There's the other guy. Here. And then you're like, this is one of the best lines to start a team in the game. T2 Megs, ridiculous. Breakneck because of the SA-11 helps a lot everything. Blaster is decent. Pipes, I like Pipes more than Headstrong to say. Headstrong and Flatline. Those are the 5 most like versatile, strong. They alone make your team decent by definition, you know. So like, and like one complete each other's flaws in a lot of senses. So like, I think it's really good. I think it's really good. I was like thinking before what I was going to do when I get Flatline, and people are talking about the next patch and hyping up what's going to be the next thing and everything. And I'm like, okay, maybe Headstrong. I don't know. Like, it's like the best, one of the best spots in the game, as for my own standards anyway. But like, and you know how much I love Headstrong, like in a lot. He's like the perfect. He's like the perfect guy to help T2 Max, but the main thing here, the main guy here that like helps every single team. There is no team that with Flatline is better than without Flatline, you know? So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. The video is long enough already, guys, and I have some work to do here, you know? So, thanks so much for watching. Galera out. And click the button again.